Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when them cook the soup or plasas where them like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when them cook the soup or plasas where them like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when them cook the soup or plasas where them like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when them cook the soup or plasas where them like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are the channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of a program where we call Colores right on we had on YouTube and on Facebook. Well, today we don't come for discuss the issues them again. Every day, lot of issues them they come up from the front pages of the newspaper, and that make we actually they come every morning. With this program we call Colores with a special guest we can come and analyze the issues them. At times the guests them can very much they're up to your expectations. Sometimes they're not can up to your expectation, but that in a life the hand them, the finger them not be the same. So you get for accept the analysis of that particular individual. But today we get one particular individual we don't come and don't meet up to our own expectation. So we they come inside the program very soon for come talk about the different things them. But for now, we go into the front pages them and watch them quick one. The first one we'll get inside the program this morning at the Awoko newspaper. The Awoko newspaper get this big commentary from LEONE and Leema. It says as SLPP BO answered the question of why Sierra Leoneans should vote for him. APC leader Samura Kamara directed the people to Google as to why Sierra Leoneans should vote for him. Citing his accomplishment during his first term in office of APC Samura. Are you serious? You get a lot of things that we actually write. Then you get this one recently, Yosemite to money and 14 other companies breach local content act. IOM partners give up to 284 partners. This is another story for you inside the Awoko newspaper for this morning. The next one now the New Age newspaper. We say despite global economic hardship, Nigerians vote for continuity. Agric Minister mismanages 19.370 bags of fertilizers. And Christian Aid Provincial Tour is a success. MTCA engages stakeholders on tourism investment promotion. This is another story for you inside the New Age. Next one on the Independent Observer. We say over attack and molestations. APC calls for investigation. Environmental education key to protect wildlife and the environment. This is another story inside the Independent Observer. The next one, now the Freetown Daily, where say SLPP dismantle C4C in Kono and alleged kidnappers charged to court. MCCS visits Sierra Leone. This another story for you inside this edition of Freetown Daily. The next one, now Women's Voice. And you get as Women's Month starts, remarkable women in the media celebrated. Women urged to defeat brevity and fear. And you get as PPRC and DI, political party hung head, lawyer outline enormous advantages of PR system. This is another story for you inside the Women's Voice. The next paper for this morning, now the Premier News. The Premier News say Freetown residents build homes on the sea. And you get Balanta Academy holds international music event, and new AFDB executive director calls on finance minister. This is another story for inside the Premier News. The next one, the Heritage will say 4,000 defects to SLPP in Kono, and Mauritius and Sierra Leone to cement relations. And then 49-year-old businesswoman remanded for fraud. This another story for you inside the Heritage newspaper. And the next paper for this morning, now the Salon Compass. Salon Compass say state-sponsored thievery, unprovoked violence on its members. APC blast. MCC chief assures energy minister. Cheikoko scope for APC running mate. This is another story for you inside the Salon Compass. The next one at the modern series we say energy minister, MCC chief discuss compact program on energy. And First Lady distribute over 6,000 sanitary pads in Makini and Maboka. lawmakers meet embassy staff in Brussels. This is another story for you inside the modern seas. The next paper for this morning at the Standard Times, we say, prepare for imminent defeat. APC vows, and alleged kidnappers charged to court. This is another story for you inside the Standard Times. The next paper, the Concord Times newspaper, we say the judiciary is not a place of gangsterism. APC lawyer tells Peter Conte. And you as well get nations urge to abolish death penalty. And UK supports CSOs for peaceful elections in Sierra Leone. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Concord Times newspaper and the AZ newspaper. Now the last paper for this morning, we get continuity of new direction agenda. C4C mayor, APC supporters champion President Bio's re-election in Kono. And NAXA to boost 35,000 most vulnerable citizens with cash support. This another story for you inside this edition of the AZ newspaper. Well, this is not the paper then for you inside the program this morning. We actually take a short break and go for we guest and come inside very soon. So please, not go outside. Stay with me to come back just now.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So, now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, who we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to the kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So, now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So, not.
Alright, welcome back, and we actually don't get one of the guests and we don't come inside the program. This person a senior editor, a senior journalist, person we get wealth of experience inside the field of journalism and inside the media and inside the country Sierra Leone. He don't do a lot of work them. He don't write for different people, he don't edit different people them, and now they do it in called shadow edit. In other words, they actually give in best in the Times newspaper for make sure so they can get the best of the story where they actually come out. And like I say, it gets wealth of experience. And if you don't join me inside the program one time, so you don't join me again today for let me actually come and discuss the issues them where the front page of the newspaper them get. And I want to use this opportunity for say good morning and welcome to the program, Sayo Kamara.
Thank you very much, sir. I say thank you very much.
Okay, so we go now to the very first paper them we get inside the program this morning. I will start with the last one I review when at the AZ newspaper. AZ newspaper say continuity of new direction agenda. C4C mayor, APC supporters champion President Bio's re-election in Kono. What do you make up of this cross-carpeting?
In African politics, Sierra Leone politics in particular, not to anything where you will call saying a new phenomenon. This done the happen ever since politics don't begin at this country from independence 1961. We don't see cross carpeting don't come almost order of the day because Sierra Leoneans politicians generally they're not principled politicians, then generally they're self-centered politicians, then generally they look for their own self-aggrandizement. They know the base them political affiliation to principles. They know they attach them political aspirations to the very agenda from the party when they come out for go to other party. So they just fly them. We the listeners they excuse me. Any side where they see new kaka, they're ready for go sit on it. So I'm not surprised because in Kono, for example, a lot of them are already go to particular reference to the outgone mayor. They all been the APC at some point because of the dissatisfaction when they get over the sacking of my Vice President Alhaji Chief Samura, then decide collectively for me to form a new political party in Kono where they call the Coalition for Change (C4C), and under that ticket we emerge as mayor because C4C is virtually dead now, and that is also another phenomenon. Now that trend in Sierra Leone, people in the form so-called third political force, then go into elections for the first time. Once they lost, no matter whatever seats they get, they know for galvanize them, then support base or hold on and sustain the ideology of the political parties because of all them previous thing they were outlined. They can always look for greener pastures. So I'm not surprised, and I'm not surprised it will continue. And even if things change in favor of APC, listeners are not surprised for CBAC say people they will return back. They don't say they become APC, they go SLPD, they will return back.
So look at what's in the Heritage newspaper say.
Now because of them issues they were outlined, they not principle, they not get them giving ideology when they follow their own self and then self-aggrandizement.
The Heritage newspaper say now 4,000 9 defect to SLPP inside Kono. 4,000 people from both APC and C4C.
I know go there, and I know say as it is now, social media and the political party and propaganda machinery, they all on set up for serious propaganda. 4,000 people for make them go out of a population of over 25 to 30,000. I think if very inconsiderate and it really make no change. If not that, you try for driver cosmopolitan community where you get a very huge number of other tribes and of other people with political interest, different political interest than they. So 4,000 people for make them go. Then to me, I think say it was a propaganda plot. It's a mind game when they play. And Kono as it is now, may believe and say a swing state. And when it means swing state, now a huge percentage of people can move at one particular time for go in for and so that number of people were there undecided as now because you get them so-called political icons, political godfathers, the way they still listen to way as of now as I talk to you, they don't make no statement we will give any direction as to side people they for go, side not for go. To 4,000 that would be individual people taking their own individual decisions to make them cross carpet go into other political parties. But that's the case may be.
Okay. this other paper fit on daily on this same issue, he use a different word, and we basically I want for link to the court. He say SLPP dismantles C4C in Kono. And we as well see inside the courts the same way so dismantle the C4C executive. They as well, scatter the executive. So if the court scatter the executive, then the party scatter the C4C self na Kono. Then of course, we don't see say C4C don't dead and buried.
Yeah, C4C, like I don't say, Kono, since independence in 1957, before independence and the first election we get after independence, today they don't have 3 political parties where they don't form for achieve specific political goals, then they die out.
Yeah, for the sake of education, tell we whose party then this way we don't form from Kono, because most of we just know about C4C. Okay, so if the line did stop, I think we need for go audio, because the voice very much important for let we able to get. Let's go audio quickly. Okay, so yes, let me go. I'll get you now clear. I say for the sake of education, let me just know which party they will form from Kono, because most of we just know about C4C.
Yeah, around 1961, before elections we Salome get after independence. You get this former parliament chief na Fiama chief down na Kono district when Tamba Songun Briwa he been set up a political party with the actual English name, but they refer to them popular na Kono as Dao. Dao in Kono I mean inside the pot.
Okay.
Then symbol na pot they get, they put up on top 3 fire stone, get small fire under and the bone. So that one in essence they symbolize the giving ideology of all Kono people, irrespective of voting anything, for me them think one pot that and listen for me them go get the collective aspiration. Mind you, now Kono now this diamond business start in 1930. Them start diamond mining na Kono. Na Kono don't be the bread basket of Sierra Leone. We reach a point even the issue of agriculture. We Kono say very good at to get arable land, vast arable land, but people move in the National Diamond Mining Company. The Sierra Leone Selection Trust (SLST), and then later a government under Shakasiri we get for nationalize that to National Diamond Mining Company. So it attract a lot of people, and then they been kind of shift the little concentration on agriculture a little bit to mining. So at that time, all man know the economy being hinged on mining, Salome itself. But the people, the Chief Brewer Retika said, Kono was not getting anything out of their mining. So they formed this political party. We can coincide with that election where there was a tie at the close of the polls. So then 2 people then they will be win that they don't sit in a Kono, then get for switch over to APC, we make APC will win that election stay. Then moving forward around the early in 1996 where the center party will be led by Abu Koroma.
So what's in the party name?
Hello?
Yeah, what's the party name?
Democratic Center Party, DCP.
Okay.
Where the late Abu Koroma been formed. Abu Koroma is the father of the former president and by Koroma in WEF, Sia Koroma. Now he been formed that party day, and again able for rally the whole of Kono, including the other different tribes then sweep the entire seats them. At that time it was 8 seats in parliament, then sweep them. Again, because of a rallying call, Kono is being left out from the national basket, even though when they produce then they produce more than 60% of the national economy. They really get nothing. Economic people, they listen, then come out in their numbers, then vote, and then be able to make that particular safety. Fast moving, we all know what happened. Whatever relationship between A. Kuruma and the late President Jan Kaba, he tried to convince Afisa Camp into in government, make him presidential, Minister of Presidential Affairs, a very dormant position put on the. He was not even consulted again, not even given any specific role for play. That party left on the take itself in the end and subsume all the key players them at that party. The party die. Fast moving again, we can't get this C4C. We again out of the rallying call for stand behind them brother. When our Chief Samsumana will no say yes, the APC being quote unquote unconstitutionally remove him from the office of Vice President. Again, we see what happened. Then sweep the entire council elections. Then sweep the entire parliament, with the exception of one. So we see again. Now what's going to happen? There is this just between the two political parties. Even the eight MPs they were in a parliament. By the time they go 2 years into the parliamentary life, then don't split. The vast majority, 6 of them don't switch for day behind Samsumana. At the time we himself in the move, we try to make a move for return back to the APC. Yet only 3 of them now we then continue for all the C4C flag. But again, clear indication so say the SLPP self and try for trap them 3 then they so that we will finally see where the DCP self they die. So it is always a matter of coming in, rallying the people for make them go say yes, we are troubled, we are in degradation, we are in neglect. Yes, if we get a political party, we will stand for and talk for we. Most of what we need, most of what we want, we'll get the politicians over time, able for rally economic people around them. So those are the 3 political parties, and I'm sure several others will for come out of Kono. Because I know the Kono people, I know say yes, them people are very desirous of development, given the fact say over 60 years now they've been exploited because of the huge mineral resources they don't take out. You can't point finger at anything developmental. In fact, like the gross historical injustice we don't do to the Kono people over time. So all of this what happen now. The current president don't see into that, deep into that historical injustice and making fabulous promises. Well, I don't know whether they go for achieve them by bringing in those social services where economic people don't long decision on the way for example, the establishment of a university. Because say Kono over time they get very intelligent people but because of the not we get any institution of our land in a Kono district over time, most of the picking them, the boy picking them, the girl picking them and drift down into early marriage for the girls there and for the boy picking them and go into mining them for boy education. That's why you have a very low number of educated Konos because they don't get a institution from where they go kick off from their own very district. Forget education out of Kono district, you yourself can tell me it's very difficult. Some people will say they go tap into in Famburu, for take care of immediate needs them and so on and so forth. So a lot of we own company they will all go school with. By the time they reach secondary school and go see GC, they don't drop out because of the circumstances then they. Right. So those are the 3 things. And the card is say, this no go be the final end. Kono go always because now there is this high level of awareness we don't cut across the country. And the history don't prove that this country now only the Kono people who sit down and decide on themselves say no, we will form a political party and try to bring in people from outside. Mind you, this is the C4C, not only a Kono party, get a mix of other tribes and other regions then. Then get Creole and then get Kwankod and then get Limba, then get Timi, all the tribes already the way they tell us to. So the court injunction, and because over time, this split we don't cross in between the APC and SLPP, we all know the role the judiciary play now in politics in this country. Because the president, that in the appoint the chief justice, that in the appoint judges them, I'm sure they still can listen to the dictates of the president. That is why some of us don't they call over time for let we get a constitutional review. We go ensure say the president hasn't got direct direct control. The executive will get direct control over the judiciary.
So you feel say that one they really possible because like the president them already come where they say if they do that kind of thing they go reduce them power. They no one for do that because they want for take total control over all of the state institutions.
Yeah, but the point is the president emerges from the people. When president then serve, no matter they serve a long time at 10 years, they will have to go back as an ordinary citizen. That makes some of you talk say them bad laws they will good as president. If you say they pass bad laws for suit your political interest at that time, you will have to leave government at one point. So watching if that 10 bad law will come back for meeting I face as an ordinary citizen at the point. Because you know me say because don't be president is still above the law. All immunities you go lost them. You don't understand. So we they say let just feel as liberal as we can to ourselves for make sure say yes, justice is served in a manner where everybody go feel say yes. Me who say this so now, if I go to court, I get my matter, I go to court, nobody no go for influence the decision of the court against me. I think say once that happen, one big step then they are seeing in the president they go and talk over so people say we are for march for meet up the 21st century development. One of them step then the way go and shut down the now get an independent, free, fair judiciary.
All right. So since we dey talk about elections, let's take you again to this paper where now the New Age newspaper. This New Age newspaper basically it take we to another country. We say despite global economic hardship, Nigerians vote for continuity. We get anything from take from that Nigeria election day, or we get anything for fear, from the Nigeria election for we not get the same kind of example now in our country.
For a greater part of afraid, for they will not take no speck of example from the Nigeria elections. From the start to either end so, with all this cacophony of complaints and allegations against the INEC, I not think so one for take anything. But again, we go for very apprehensive. Because there is popular saying say when Nigeria sneeze, Sierra Leone they catch cold. And before now, the opposition party in Sierra Leone don't raise a lot of issues around the political and elections processes, from the registration to the biometric system where they want for use, etc., etc. And that biometric system the way Nigeria use, then don't create this old cacophony of allegations and discredit to the elections process. Because in the election the INEC chairman be assured say then go they update the website on the daily basis, report from region, from senatorial, etc. Take come so people then go sit down, then they follow how things they go. That not happen only for me they can see now say then get huge chunk of ballot papers with them discountenance, where that means then disqualify them, and the result where people majority of particularly young people they expect then don't come out now. For me, I think say international community as well for pay attention now to the election process then because if we say we pick anything from the Nigeria example, it will be disastrous for democracy, it will be disastrous for the outcome of the elections now. So to me, I need to be very frank and the listeners them, let we not take nothing from the Nigeria experience. Let we not take nothing from the experience. We in Sierra Leone, we in a sovereign state, let we develop real systems. We will ensure say the majority of votes, valid vote cast by Sierra Leoneans, then protected and then counted and announced at the end of it all.
Okay, let me ask you this question because I think in as much as you get some fairness that we not take things then from the Nigeria election, but as well things that don't begin happen, statements that don't begin come out from the key election and management body then. For example, I don't know if you listen to the audio. I can like for ask people about this recent audio or video where they go around. You don't listen to the audio of Edmond Alpha, the commissioner for the South?
No, not listen now. Just brief me about what you say.
Okay. So basically, he say it basically be the time for talk say the government need for step up now. That table talk they need for avoid and they need for act. And secondly, it point finger at the international community say, for example, in talk to the EU post in one time, it tell them say where it gonna the north in terms of the registration and get more people away it see come out, but where gonna the south and not see plenty people come out. It say in check up the EU for that. Why if for talk their word and secondly, it say it not say the EU then they push or the international community they push for regime change, but then go show them say now then are the referee and then they count. And then say where they don't call the result, whether win, whether lost, they rest and send them to the security force let them take over. So what do you make up of a statement like this from a key election management body?
This arrogance way politicians thinking anchor on, it not can go well for civility, it not can go well for peaceful coexistence. Elections, now people then right. Now a cardinal point for any democracy, any side of the world. Free and fair periodic elections now a key cardinal point for determining democracy in any country. So you know go talk say, hey, because an observer don't make points, they go to the north, there was this huge presence, they go to the south, people are not come out. That's a fair description of what in the person see. So that means they try to tell the INEC, say, next time round, una for go and make sure say una sensitize people enough to make them know, make them get the need for come out and register in the first place and come out and vote in the second place. But we all know what happened na the south. Bayelsa, then Colamba, then Port Harcourt, then Patende. We see videos there of violence, of killings. So somebody say, "Boy, they go vote for somebody for let get power." Then they receive and they kill. That is natural. Your life come first to yourself. So
wait. I think the audio what they talk about now for we don't Sierra Leone election at the talk so.
Yes, we don't Sierra Leone election again. That's what the try for say. Okay. Now the census, the government don't bank all this election process plan. It's still in dispute because the laws then they will clearly talk about voting for happen for census. And if you want for doing midterm, I think you forget the consensus of all parties. Democratic process of the country. So then you say no. Even when they put up all the arguments here, we tangibly and go beyond all reasonable doubt, they ignore. They can't just be the talk this now because the president then get the power for do all what he want to do, regardless of what bad laws you put away, who can affect after we don't left power. Because of that and self-aggrandizement, the arrogance working around it, they don't care. So they went ahead and pushed this thing right around. People then show the people where they try to represent, people the way they lead. Then show resentment, say no, we are not ready, they not come out for vote. I think say any reasonable possible don't get a second thought. So okay, I still want to push with this agenda, but how do I do it? Try for develop another mechanism where go at least encourage people and for make them come out. But that did not happen. Okay. So that we don't start from now. Then we come back to the voting system, this PR. The conditions there under which PR for them, no matter how you look and no matter how people argue it out. Enough favorable, not conducive for winner. The reasons why we've been doing PR during Pakaba in 2002 or so, thereabout, we all know what the condition of the country. We don't war. Government not been get all across the country yet. But because we don't do follow the elections, the UN encourage we and with people acceptance. Okay, let we go, let put that. But when we go, we do, and the experience at that PR na parliament was not palatable. It was not palatable because you get inside parliament, even the 77K, we pretty talk say for anti-party activity, opposition, for day with ruling party. We see them glaringly na the house of parliament. And because the government in power be there, they get a majority, they go say they continue for all whatever thing with the political party, for example, the UNPP. Then vex part certain of them people they want to withdraw them, come out, they not agree. You understand? So a lot of things that they happen where we think say, yes, those are bad signals, but I just believe the determination of the people them. The determination of the people them will able for determine. The regime
why a lot of political party they abuse the law. For example, they talk about the UNPP and the 77K. It happened again under the APC with Legacy Sanko with the 77K, Legacy Sanko and the PMDC. It don't happen again inside this particular regime. We see a lot of people and they do anti-party activity. Why, when it comes to the party where they in power, when it for let them take action, they know they take action.
When I like to say, this why I don't to kind of, it's the law of nature. It's say you first and then you think about others. This is a political system. If me are they in power, I want to push things where I think say it in line with my agenda. Then I get 2-3 other people away are able for Leo, are able for encourage for me and support me. I give them all the protection where they need. Now parliament against their own political party. Now me they control the courts. Now me they control the PPRC. Now me they control the NEC. It is obvious. Now make earlier had been talk say a lot of cried on the out for people allow review this week constitution and make sure certain clauses then at the constitution make them pull there or let them review there. Because for then you get proper political representation. It not necessarily means what the party they do all the time is wrong. Now make the Western democracies.
And at the same time, it not necessarily means all the time what they do is right.
Exactly. So I forget at liberty for stand up on behalf of the people. Why we don't consult the people there? Say, brother, this thing, but this party want for do. What you wanna say? People then tell me say no, it's not fine. So low make us. So I forget that liberty was tapped at the well of parliament and express that concern day and prefer solution.
Okay.
But you don't case that happen.
Okay. Let's take you a bit. Inside still election and the security business. Let's take you inside the Awoko newspaper. Awoko newspaper, you don't say na paper and the way you say get a wealth of idea of how they operate. But this now a commentary. You know.
I don't edit.
Yeah, and I know that. That's why I say get wealth of experience and how they operate. So this now commentary from Lahai Lawrence Leema. Now he writes this one. La read exactly what in the headline say. First of all, he say as SLPPBO answered the question of why Sierra Leoneans should vote for him. APC leader Samura Kamara directed the public to Google the internet as to why Sierra Leoneans should vote for him, citing his accomplishment during his first term in office. APC Samura Kamara, are you serious? Basically, what they try for talk about. Like it's more bit pan the story. Yeah. He say I have been constrained to say this, but under the prevailing circumstances, I have got to. My grandfather, grandmother, father, elder brother, and I have all respectively fought for the annexation of freedom, defense, stability, peace, and unity of this country. As a young man, as a young descendant of great warriors who fought for the disadvantaged and weaker communities and for what present-day Sierra Leone, I am charged with that same patriotic spirit to preserve their legacies and the legacies of all fallen heroes and heroines. So basically, this now, the story they continue on page 2 inside the Awoko newspaper. But this now basically what Lailo and Slima they talk about. So now we talk about this in statement, consider to how, in particularly as the deputy minister, you know, they put things them in place for protect this in legacy way they talk about. Logo, I listen to you.
Well, Lailo and Sliman in the first place, we mention in name. It is sent cold shivers that the spines of Sierra Leoneans.
Okay, why that?
Because it speaks with venom, it speaks with hatred, it don't get civility as leader. We all are human beings, we get emotions, we can be carried away by sentiments, etc., etc. But when you don't be leader, in whatever form, particularly when you don't be at the national level, you forget your wits around you, where they address an issue, even where you vex. Because when you talk with that fire, they come out. You get people the way they absorb them, they know they think over how you say them when they take and they act. Leema in record over time, Nayaso very checkered, and if they say then these are we just appear again na AYV. I don't know if you don't listen to that.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Where it talks say anybody will say he go undermine the peace of this country during these elections, we go crush you. And he was sitting there with the national PRO, the police secretary of the opposition party. So you can't be making them threatening remarks and they on public media with elections standing here. You agitate, you follow us there. You militate, you follow us there. Because there is going to be an outcome of this result. Somebody just get for win. So if it not be you, Leema is telling us that they will not accept it. They will rally people for me and cause mayhem. They will rally the police for me and stand against the will of the people. That is wrong. So even that statement being talk about in legacy, in grandpa and warriors and all the what they try for tell. We are all writers. They try to tell people and say he will agree as far as him concerned, he will accept if the outcome of the election go against them. Simply put, that's what it and not really in entirety. But that from what you don't read to me, that's the tell. You don't tell now when elections then the tension is so high, would expect to political leaders them for let them send messages of calm, messages of unity, messages of that consciousness we go make the person feel but in right way they go vote. Nobody not go tie rope na person throat we dey na the polling booth for vote. People dey vote them conscience. Some man can even go they don't dance for APC all throughout the rally. So tell go inside no my mind change you vote other side. Similarly so for SLPP. We all know that one day. But so you for bank on them statement and the way they make people then they at ease, then people there on they know say yes, this one now all man will write that process where they happen 5 years, every 5 years, you start Kamara exercise, me write sample I go back to the host. Yes. You understand? So to me that statement like you don't say na AYV, like you don't say all along them very unfortunate. You know, over well for peaceful cohesion, you know, over well for the stability and peace of this country. Particularly these elections where we see are the most crucial in the recent history of this country.
Okay. So by saying I will give direct instruction to the police force for crush anybody we want for obstruct. And you link them to this in peace where he write because this na incessant writer and then he send them to Aroko, you know, as a guest writer. Yes, as a guest writer. And then he say they use this for just protect the legacies of his forefather. So somebody go on for say, okay, he get right for protect waiting in Papa they don't fight for.
What's name Papa?
They fight for legacy in the country in grandpa they all for protect the country. Alright, the network don't all am there. When they get them again very pretty soon for let me continue with this one. The program where you watch right now Congress on we had na YouTube and on Facebook. We get 263 with 86 likes na Facebook. Please, you where they watch right now. Sorry, na YouTube. You where they watch right now na YouTube. Okay, wait. We not been get what you say. You line we actually break. So the question will be asked now. It might go feel like for say it right because it say it protects the legacy of a forefather, for protect the country. So you know what? Nobody can come with confusion where go make the country be unstable.
Now I try for say, I say now we don't have million for but in forefathers then.
Well,
The forefathers, they now that they don't form SLPP. SLPP is about 60 years, 65 years. So who was his forefather in the establishment of the SLPP? Because they talk about all of this maintaining the legacy of the forefathers now because he be deputy minister of state.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he, when he be there in civility, when he be there, he was not even considered in the SLPP? Why not be come out and talk and protect in village, come out to village the legacy of him? Go for chieftaincy if Papa have been chief for making project the legacy. Like I say, some of who all who Papa then suffer, they spread, they spill blood. Me own grandpa, where we born me Papa. Now one of the few hunters then at the north, at the Krakow, which is where they enter from that north, from that Guinea side, after the breakup of the Mali Empire, where they enter for push income for campaign a new settlement and dominion na Sierra Leone. But I cannot bank on that one for make a project in political aspiration or citizenship. Because in the course of that, as such as my grandpa, alongside in colleagues, they go down involved in gross human rights abuses, etc., etc. I can't say anything about it because I was not there. And even if the Papa they explain to me the heroic stance of him Papa, he will not go down that part for be explained to me what the Papa will do, without kill, without this, etc., etc. So I can't bank on that. So to me, as fairly educated as Leema is, that no old ground, no side. If it just try for terrorists no more, yes, this man is militant. This man wants for cause disruption. And if maybe he still be editor and Aoko, I will have read that article thoroughly for make a decipher whether it's good for national unity or not. And as it is now, I'm for publisher. To be very honest, I for stand the ground with the managing editor and say I will not publish this or is subject to me editing and my professional outlook. For make I ensure yes, this will be a rallying call for peace and unity, not to for fan somebody in heroism and militancy. To be very honest, because you mind you, we're not getting all that country. That's how long we get. So this irrespective of political party, whether you affiliate to this party or that party, where trouble come, the trouble not only look say in a APC or in a SLPP or in a C4C or you know in the politics. A lot of people suffer in the cause of this. We pass wars and other things we don't have in this country. Where they not ever from the old legacy and grandpa, they when they talk now from the grandpa, they never mix from politics. So all they talk so now with the self now the issue of the state, then we own business. The issue of the protection of life and property of people, people don't suffer, they don't save, the pride and family, a lot of things, when they put their homes up, something up, we go put far and the reason now even the social cohesion in this country, they in disarray, now because homes and don't scatter. Side away families in the all in family together, that small buffer, they did all man did they eat now one pot, they sleep now one bed. It don't scatter to man the pardon at eastern, the west central, the picking and the western. So we not go sit down with the tolerate they can and they because somebody get power. No matter what type of power get for left you, we don't see people there and they don't get power. Then that is some man only go so some people no go and bury himself. Why people don't go land? You understand, eh? So I really appreciate this thing, Aliu. Let me use their medium there for the call people and we go they preach peace, go they preach unity. Let me forget but their intimidation they have, forget but terrorizing the people. But for God's sake, the police and the army, who they pay there? And then people and their families them back. Even if you go take policeman at Kailang, you say they can kill people in a western area. Are they not Sierra Leoneans?
Okay.
Because that's the say, and over time, we don't observe there people and don't we oppressed don't they happen now. So That's the way the SFP just come into power. Then they shift the security forces. Overnight, then go face people and can't come on up to John. Go put police in up na Bond. Go put police in a Kenima. Cow then come. So now even not even they know the way about the city. They can't do what they do. They overnight they take the care and go back. So even if you want to investigate the police or then kill them, for example, what happened at Pademba Road, what happened at the APC office under, etc., you will find it difficult to identify people. Let the leaders they understand, say they are not there. That's all a disservice to the people of this country. Now a disservice to the pledge people don't make to Sierra Leone. Not to one person get this country, not to one tribe get this person. Now just by coincidence, we get to be native in a majority. They don't own Sierra Leone. Because if all the other tribes then decide, say, no, enough is enough, we are not going with you, they will never hold power in this country. Because other tribes, they will occupy there in all sectors. Okay. So many they learn from them and they for say, no, let not the injure this country to the cell who can't scatter. We don't know other side for go. You come on now, you don't get passports, you get to 10 years in America, you go there, you are not American. You understand?
Yes.
So when you go to America, you go Britain, go all and go this that. Because they hold their own country fine. They pull you say they go wrong with you don't they? Oh no, it's happening. But anyway, like how they say no more. Will we continue for the so the card also for round up. Me, we not supposed for take any example from the Nigerian itself. We not supposed for use the police and the army against the people where they go stand up say that this not for we. And now one thing again where the Leemas and in Surrogate they don't understand. People's power, no matter the amount of gun and bombs you use on them, if they determine, then always the rain. We don't see any big economies, we don't see any small economies. The Arab Spring, I think say for young people a clear understanding as to when people then determine for say enough is enough. Bomb and machine gun and we say no will ever deter them. If not to that, people like the former president of Egypt, Mubarak, no for go. If not to that, if the Arab Spring will start na Tunisia, not before all water. They know for pull the president Nigeria. Look what's happening in Nigeria now. Even with all what's happening, they listen what Tinubu say. Directed to the youth. It's how you do now. Una voice is loud and clear. I don't understand now. He said, "What I show una say that anger una get, I go make a cool for una. I go meet you. I go reach out to una. I go meet una needs." He was not arrogant. I don't get power now. So when anything possible for them, make it work. The message of peace for calm the system. So the elders say that the opposition is, okay, we will fed, no tell what a minute, they go to court. Yes.
Okay, so since you talk about
we can
court,
go out, so we use the police, we will crush anybody.
Since you talk about court, I see this story now, so where I basically want to follow Europe Mortman quickly from the Concord Times newspaper. Concord Times newspaper get this story where the APC issue they go in and out of the court. So Concord Times get this story where they carry say the judiciary is not a place of gangsterism. This lawyer basically they talk to Alfred Peter Conte. What do you make up of this?
I don't know the detail of the story. What Peter Conte do, but I know say Peter Conte have been the interim chairman of the APC interim transitional committee. We again himself been getting your way. Like he said, no more power can go into people there. People don't go into power. Now power they go to pull them, then they lost their senses, they lost their responsibilities. They put up this amper of arrogance, etc. He been getting your agenda. People had huge respect for him because he starts to reformist. Then start all this issue for reform the APC, take the APC in a court, blah 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 blah. But it can't. It's okay. I don't speak this thing. I can't head up now. They begin to do things the way at the end of the day then culminate get into what happen now. Now the APC elections from the lower level, what happen now because they take and say some set of people take us this man they work against interest. Other people take and say oh this man they work in interest. And political party not forget interest. The ideology on all stand for that I don't know for maintain. So I don't know the detail of that particular story.
Right.
But whether I don't know what you go on particularly go do at the court and actually the judiciary when you go there, you go in your sense, in a clear mind, you go for go seek justice. So you go, you put your case forward, you last, then go then defend for you. I don't want to say where you go say it may because the court gave a lot of powers. Where you go, you misbehave there, they can use simply the contempt of court, what is it? They hold you, then do what they want for do to you. You know, so I'm not able to dilate more.
Okay. So since we not to get better idea of that issue there, the last question I go ask you, the last story we are going to look at, we in the next 5 minutes for you just analyze them. It come up from the Modern Seas newspaper. We say Energy Minister MCC Chief discuss compact and program of on energy. So basically, they talk about 450 million for the energy and other areas then for development. You know, what do you make up of this?
Yes. Well, that would be a very good move because we get very serious energy challenge in this country. And the president talking about matching up with development in the 21st century, you know, they go again. They cannot be talk about the judiciary, they talk about peace, the electricity. Very, very, very fundamental. Particularly we want for the country to move slowly towards digital economy, etc., etc. You can't continue relying on generator power or solar power. We know don't all sway it better in this country. So the MCC compact for that 450 million, then they own, if that happen now or it happen any other time, it would be a very, very good blessing for this country, provided if it is used judiciously.
I love the word where you say because the country don't they get like every day that they get loan, every day that they get money, you know, where don't even pass this money where they wait for right now, but yet still, you know, they reflect on the lives of people them. How we feel say this particular money will actually get reflected.
Absolutely, because absolutely you don't believe the heads are charged per unit. In fact, just the go up. Then they say me also I get 4 room, I get television, freezer, I not get air conditioner, I get fan. We would use every month done first I buy 200 leos, 200,000 unit. For the past 6 months, them they give me for that they get like a 100 units. We can born until by the 3rd week, then I top up for me top month done. So like for say every month I will spend like then 300. You can't believe it now. I buy 200 now half off the unit I will get today. Now I get now. So you go imagine. And the previous government will not make arrangement for this CLCG, this Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea transmitter line. We work the go on now effectively. Some other communities and don't get them enjoy the life now. Small, Konon on one side, Kenima, Bo, you know, we see they don't begin the dig side there for Mount the Tower then after Freetown. Then a World Bank program that one day. And not now World Bank don't begin put money again by this. The problem with me is see power light business. You know, in that what we can call in journalism episodic solutions. Then they put to that.
Temporal business.
They like no they are transform another they go buy transformer then put that. Still using we old archaic mundane connection systems. Then cable and they don't underground from Ipasheki dinner power. Then they go clip, then take new one, then tap, then catch and then slow taper, then they run her. That's the major problem now. We feel say if the government then genuine, they will look at the light system holistically, then take them by district to district. Freetown now the biggest place where they consume the highest number of power. They can do it in phases. this line wey dey comot from Kuton Road for go Western, for example, that main conduit line the overheads there, they make sure they run them. If they talk to people and say, you know what, we dey shut down this area for 1 month or for 3 weeks. We want for change then line they are now they watching ourselves. People don't go understand. Once they change that, they know say right now it's sustainable. Plenty of the fire incidents the way they happen. Now Freetown, Aliu. Now electricity. They go hot light people, they know they tell you what happen, the hot light. Then they just give light, boop. Because no na post the person you attend to go all the time, so we like don't go put that switch off, like go put this tier, or like go put this but when they get the panel there, or the mammy or the picking and then at the house. So most of the times I don't think that's where they happen. You know, so we all the money they come, yes, it's very good, but in the short term, at the same grumble will begin back. And so go face carry stockish ship. And big light fine, group issues then come up. And now nobody will tell me say that the customer then in the old self. Because customer now you get prepaid. When top up you get light. When not top up you don't get light.
Alright.
So all problems of the thief light they make sure that now within their own system, don't they? So it get holistic problem we need to address from the networking, the cable, the transformer positions also they put there, and even the workers themselves. You know, so me it is very fantastic. And we then start kind of at some point, people then praise our all praise him. Is my friend on Facebook. I sent personal letter to them. Tell them say, oh, this is well, this is okay, but you have to look at this and this and this and that. And raise the issue out there. I see then line they have because you see some cable there where they can connect and then pull real light can so the red show. They no can't change. You just can't know the way paper that side they say na copper door all the way paper they create paper and then connect her back. And then go complain at head office say that so we need so money then budget the eater. So if MCC they do this, they don't say yes. One of the reasons why we get the compact now because of the score don't get corruption. Let the anti-corruption focus mind on the ETSA and the EGTC where they generate the power. Let we see by what really called to a holistic investigation into this power business. Not only the source of providing the intermittent light here, 1 week, 2 weeks, light they ought for 1 month. And development, honestly, we talk about Wanga industries, we know the export, import, we get issues with the forex, the leone they depreciate, this and that. What have we got to do for make we do all land available? You know because even them few small factory the way they manage the private sector over there, then they rely heavily on generator for make them carry out their business. And then they all impact on the price where we the consumer they buy. Okay. So you don't see and this one you don't just come out from the MCC giving us the money. I think say you need an economic investigation as well. You don't call people them when they deal with him, call consumers there. Because they get to policy making they can only show at that top then guess, even though they're all a filler. But they will not want to be very honest and frank with the truth. Sometimes when they come down, they ask the ordinary people in the house there, in the area there, say, but how this like, I'm what I think. I'm sure when they get ideas from people at that lower level, it will help them in additions at the top. And development as well for me. Okay. Now from down to up, not to up if it's a can down. You know, the mismatch and they will get program.
So in most of we issues them, we actually get
we get time come for politics. When time come for politics and begin harass people, they begin to intimidate people there. Because they are not dealing, they're not honest to themselves, they're not honest to the state.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, we're not hearing that last thing anyway with the top. The line they break.
Yeah, I say the MCC that's fantastic thing if we end up forget that money. whether it happens now or it will happen after the election, whosoever emerges. But once they put her into the energy sector, me I believe say them for don't do an economic review of the economy of the energy sector for see actually the problems then.
All right.
Starting from the transmission lines, from the side where the lights they generate and the distribution, so that all the hiccups them bottlenecks they are around the line, make them put them on the issue, particularly I will emphasize that the western area, because now most of the industries they concentrate. Now, Kono recently when
okay, we don't actually
they lay down their staff. They don't begin to take back staff for augment their staff number. So employment business they go. And when then companies then they do say, okay, that money will they take for pay for generator. They can take out they put up employ people there. You know. So like I said, in summary for round up this issue of the MCC, it is fantastic. That way you don't start not to now, don't work on them from the previous government. Where Dr. Kamara was champion of the MCC. They work on until all this level now where we don't get scores and we don't almost qualify for get that money. Let we pray, say yes, the money come, and when it come, when they put on particularly on this energy, when are we serious dilemma now, let we able for address the issues them where the cost and problems of outage, power outage, and blackout that this country are.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. It showed the maturity in terms of everything you do. Your analysis is very much mature. It just to balance in how you do your analysis. Thank you very much. Outside the thing rotten you talk outside the thing need for the praise you talk outside the need for improve you talk So I believe say a lot of people appreciate the way how you analyze the issue them this morning. Thank you very much. God bless you, and thank you for joining me this morning. As much as you get tight schedule, but you still make time for let you join me inside the program. We appreciate you, and they look forward for to get another basic and mature analysis again from you, as you always do in terms of your writing. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you to Rihanna, thank you to the listeners them. Let we all join hand for make Salone the country we want make it be. All we get to differences, all man we get to T1 creation of a state, then it made that state they go before. So I tell you plenty, thank you.
Thank you, God bless you. Get yourself a good day, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, in name na Sayo Kamara, and in senior journalist inside the country, we don't edit different paper, including the newspaper, we in the Auko newspaper, and as well, don't get, long years, where it don't the work na the media. So one for tell you plenty. Thank you for where you take your time for joining me inside the program this morning for let we discuss issues them. Thank you to you who don't come and watch. Thank you to you who don't like. Thank you to you who don't share. Well, this program will return again to you tomorrow. For we discuss other issues, then we will come up again. And remember say tomorrow Friday. Yes, Friday. Not the third. Yes, the third. They get, this Lunge Bridge. No, sorry, why they call Lunge Bridge? Lunge Airport. Yes, then they commissioned the Lunge Airport, the new Lunge Airport. So we actually try for see if we can bring some live commentary, because it's nice for we see what's in the happen, what's in the talk and all of them things in there. Because the way you watch, the way you listen, then you're able to know who's angry to come out with regards whatever you want to say. Yeah. Well, until then, we'll meet again on net inside another beautiful edition of a program we call Weird. My name is Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. God bless you, country Sierra Leone. The producer for this program is Elias Abba. Thank you very much for all your relentless, effort you don't put inside this program. Until then, we love you so much.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the Wahala we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for it in the morning. Some people say dem just like when the eat don sleep. Other people say na the cow dey like, especially when dem cook the soup or plasas wey dem like pass all. So na that make we dey bring to you this program wey we call Colres, as we dey look at different story dem na the front page and inside the newspaper. So no forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, usai we go bring to una different guests dem wey dey can help for talk about the newspaper. We are the channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.